Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 5K action continues, and Matt, we're at that time. It's the grand finals.
Oh, it's going to be a huge match. Faze Black going up against Optic Gaming. Optic Gaming coming back against AR. Kind of weird to say, right? Coming back against AR, but AR putting up a very good fight. And nope, Optic Gaming righted the ship a little bit. We saw Krem freak out in one of the matches, but after that, you know, he's been going off.
Freaking out, yeah. That definitely explains it. Not being able to kill anyone on the AR host. But now the grand final, Optic Gaming with host map number 1. I expect to see them go off on what is often considered to be their favorite hardpoint map, that's for sure. Apti, though, with 2 kills, looking for his third. You have to pick that up. Curious to see what Apti's running in this game. Just fast hands. Nothing crazy. I think it's going to be fast hands from everyone bar Study. Sat on that hardpoint. No one using you seen anyone come to kind of a consensus on going high recently? Or is it still very much kind of in the air?
Up and down. Everybody up in the air on it. Nobody really knows if it's just something that people use online, gain a little bit of an advantage, or something that we'll see be used at LAN. I think the Season 1 playoffs, the game's changed so much since the last time we've had a LAN. 7 weeks since the last LAN. I think definitely we're going to see some different things to Season 1 playoffs, some stuff that will work, some stuff that won't work. And Study just absolutely destroys the room right there.
That was nasty accuracy from Study. As Apti now trying to break up on this hill. 21 to 18. This is actually the first time in a very long time that I can think of where both the two teams in the grand final haven't had like a half-hour, 45-minute kind of
right
wait.
into the finals.
Yeah, it's just kind of like semifinals are done. Let's head right into the finals. Both semifinals, of course, finishing at pretty much the same time. Optic Gaming beat AR, as Matt said. Faze, of course, beating out Denial, which actually surprises me a lot. But this Faze team just kind of coming out looking so good.
It looked like that series was slipping away from them too.
It really did, and to keep this one as close as they have so far against Optic, they are playing very, very well. I'm impressed by this Faze lineup.
If Faze is going to win this, they're going to need Proofy, and they're going to need Proof, App, and Study to kind of all go right.
There's no question about it. You know, they need everyone to be playing at their best.
And the real matchups you kind of look at is Proof against Formal with those bouts. You're really going to have Proof win those fights. I know, obviously, we talk all the time about Scump and Krim. Formal are definitely, I think, the key on hardpoint, especially for this Optic Gaming lineup.
Proofy managed to pick up 2 kills, breaks into the hardpoint. Gonna pop that trophy. Looking to see if he can find anyone else pushing. Players from Optic Gaming spawning over towards that pool side. 17 seconds left on the hardpoint now. The Proofy should be good. Trying to put down some free fire. Connects with one. Immediately traded though. That was Scumpy who picked up that kill. Now Study trying to break off the hardpoint. Turns around, finds the second kill. Nicely played from him. 14 and 10 start. Now on a 2 streak. But with 1 second left, needs to think about that.
Study looks like a completely different player than what he was looking on Elevate. Maybe it was just the bad vibes and the atmosphere of that team, and just the fact that you knew it was kind of over. But he looks like a completely different player here on Faze.
Reminds me a little bit of the Study going into last year's Call of Duty Championship.
Yeah,
you know, he was kind of hyped, had that buzz about him. He was happy to be there.
This team has an envy from last year, kind of feels with.
It does. It really does. I don't know. I think this team could actually do quite well. As weird as that is to say, failed to qualify for the relegation tournament into Season 2. Up there with Strictly Business, but you look at it, between those two, Faze definitely bouncing back stronger, I feel.
Yeah, Strictly Business. I mean, they couldn't even get signed up for the tournament today. They're
I saw something about that, about Dito being asleep.
I think it was John that was asleep.
It was John that was asleep? Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that team. Neslo out here playing CSGO today. So, it's been a bad day for Strictly Business.
Yeah, definitely doing a good job prepping for champs.
Right? Biggest tournament of the year around the corner. But Faze actually in the lead. Going into the last hill of the first rotation. 92 to 64. And it basically comes down to what you said earlier on, Matt. Apathy, Study, and Proofy are going off. All of them almost at 20 kills. Don't worry about Sensor too much. 11 and 15. He's really spending most of his time on the hardpoint, but wins gunfights just
we've
like
seen
that.
Doug have... The thing that you can say about Doug is, in an odd way, I feel like he plays to his level of competition. We see it a lot in sports to where, against like the bad teams, Doug really... He doesn't play well. Against the good teams, you always see Doug, kind of come up with these big moments that he usually plays pretty good.
Why is that?
Sometimes you got to get excited to play, and it's difficult getting excited to play.
Bad people?
I'm not saying bad people, but
disrespecting like everyone.
no.
So,
I mean, there are matchups that you get hyped for. I think when Doug has a matchup like that he can get hyped for and get into, he plays well. But I mean, this was like a league match against like Elevate. You know what I mean? Somebody who was already out.
Right.
I don't think Doug would really be as kind of into it.
Yeah. Really. You look at Sensor versus Nadeshot really. For those kills on the hard point. Nadeshot 17 and 19, picking up no, actually doesn't fall. Who was that? That was Proofy actually that managed to get that two-piece. Good plays coming in from Proof. Sensor meanwhile 13 and 20 trying to break on the hard point. Scumpy, they're doing everything he can to try and reduce the deficit. Faze still in the lead, 112 to 92. Are Optic playing this map differently? Because nothing has changed with this map.
Nah, they're playing this map fine. They need to rotate. It's really, Scump 17-25. You gotta look at that. He's got to play much better if they're gonna win. They need to get control of this Turtle Hill, though. This next hill is gonna be absolutely massive. Whoever gets control of this, I think, wins the game.
Well, it's gonna be formal back there. Teammate in the form of Scump actually gets a pretty crucial kill there on Proofy, I believe, is yay for controllers disconnecting at really bad times.
Yeah, young man, people out there, they're not going to be happy with you.
Don't hate me, hate Duracell, okay? The batteries didn't last as long as they should have done. We need Energizer Bunny up in here, that's what we need. Formal 26-22 though, on the back of that hard point. Good plays coming from him, 35 seconds left, and Optic are locking down Turtle, not allowing anyone to break it, but here's going to be the push from Faze. One goes down, it's going to be Apathy by himself with the ASM-1, waiting to see players jump over the wall. Crim6 is going to be the first. Apathy cleans him up. Second player and third player both pushing him. Hopper's going to be contested. He turns around, finds the second kill. Apathy, nice plays. Can he find another? Yes, he can. Apathy on a 4 streak, locking the hill down single-handedly. 10 seconds left. Hopper's going to be contested one more time. Apathy looking for his 5th kill, gets the assist.
Here's the thing about Apathy is he does stuff like that, and he looks like the best player in the game at times, and then sometimes he goes a little bit quiet. Right there, though, you got to expect he's definitely hyped up. They're definitely pumped up to play against Optic Gaming. But still, you can't, even though those amazing plays, they're still down.
Right. Now, Apathy trying to break into this hard point. Going to have the first gunfight, wins it, but can't find the second. Study managing to clean up Nadeshot, and Nadeshot gets himself a 2-piece. Study actually can challenge for more kills. Unfortunately, does fall, though. That was going to be Formal who cleans him up from outside of the hill. Formal looking to try and control the spawns. Big gunfight between him and Proofy. Proofy's going to win it. That should give Faze the spawn as well. Proofy finding more kills on the hard point. Last player on the hill is going to be Nadeshot, and Proofy looking to try and lock down that poolside. Was not able to do so. This game, Matt, very, very close. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left. 162 to 139. Optic Gaming finally in the lead. Faze have been playing this one so well. Pretty much as perfect as they could.
Yeah, Faze is definitely putting up a great fight, and I think it's definitely up to Proof and Study, two of the players that have really led the way for them. Gonna need Doug to go big here and win some engagements on the next hill if they're gonna come back and win this.
Doug just playing for his life. Teammates getting the kills. It's the gunfight that he needs to win. It's going to be against Formal. Just waiting for a teammate to win the gunfight. Sensor doesn't want any of that. He's free fighting around
needs to win the
wall.
gunfight. All right, let's just let my teammate win it.
Yeah, he's just like, nope, nope, nope. And he actually falls that pre-firing around the corner. Optic Gaming get control of the hill. Proofy now trying to slay with about. There's one. There's two. Looks for the third. Not going to connect. But Apathy pushing from around the outside. If Faze can get control of this hill, this could put them in a good position. 30 seconds left. Apathy wins the gunfight, looking for more. Should be able to find at least one. No, has to reload. Oh my lord, Apathy. Oh, no.
Oh, he's going to get another one. But then that goes down. Sensor in the hill. He's going to drop. Study going to try and push in. He's going to drop as well. Proof, he's going to try and get in the hill, but, just stuns coming in. Apathy still, though. He's absolutely crushing. Just going to get in the hill, try and contest, but he had to challenge that player. He's going to drop. They're going to have to play for this last hill, but not a fan of, relying single-handedly on this last one.
3 players from Faze, almost at 40 kills. Proof, Apathy, and Study putting up phenomenal numbers. Meanwhile, on the other side, Crim and Formal, haven't really talked much about them this game, but they've had a solid game as Nadeshot should be able to win this last gunfight on the hill. There's one. Can he find the second? No, he can't. Sensor keeps Faze alive in the game. But with that second, that is going to be Optic Gaming picking up map number 1 here in the grand final of the 5K. Not easy though, Matt.
No, not easy at all.
Not as easy as you would have thought it would have been in Respawn, especially on host, bear in mind. But they managed to get the win nevertheless. Proofy and Apathy both with 40, Study with 40 as well. And
how many times do we see, you know, a team with 2 players and 40, 3 players almost at 40 lose? It's very rare.
At that point, what do you kind of look at as the issue? I mean, I don't want to point out the kill disparity between
gun battles on the hills.
Those 3 in Sensor.
Gun battles on the hills.
So you basically think Sensor is the...
No, that's a job everybody, but
okay.
You can put up 39 kills and, you know, 30 of them are just on rotation and just, you know, scrap time kills. You're not really opening anything up. I mean, it's a team effort to win those gun battles on the hill.
Very true. Optic Gaming go 1-0 in the lead here in the finals. My controller disconnects one more time. Thank you, Duracell Bunny. For now, quick commercial break. When we return, Search and Destroy.